Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Chronicon, and you may notice that it says continue as Draca, who is our warden. We are not going to be playing as the warden, we are of course playing as the Templar right now. I was playing as the warden because I was doing a bit of farming. Specifically, I wanted some items for the purposes of transmutation. But before we get into that, I guess I'll talk about what my goal is for this episode. I am gonna be constructing my final build in stages. The first stage is gonna be making sure we have the basic set of gear that we're gonna be using for the foreseeable future, and once I'm confident that the items aren't going to change, then I'll start putting in fitting them with the different runes, because we need to put runes on every single item, 3 greater runes in total, and 2 runes on the sword. Now, one thing I've realizes we might have to replace this item. And why is that? Well, for that I'm gonna go into what am I doing? I'm gonna go into the codex, and I want to look at the codex for runes. And let's look at the thundering avatars rune. I just blindly put it on my armor, but I just realized this can also go on boots. Now, why is that important? Well, if we look at the boots we're using right now, they currently, I've put the advancing army rune on them because we need it for the damage. However, the advancing army comes from a legendary item, and what we could instead do is we could equip advancing army directly. So what we would lose is like immune to spike traps. It can walk through objects and foes and cannot be slowed or immobilized. That could create some minor annoyances for us. But in exchange for giving that up, we'll essentially be able to have advancing army and something else. And not just that, but that something else could be the thundering avatars rune, which then means that we don't need to have that on our armor, which then means we can put something else on our armor, either something offensive or something defensive. I'm leaning towards something defensive just because of how squishy we are, but it could even be something offensive. You can see now just how intricate the itemization is in this game, in a very satisfying kind of way. Obviously, playing a game like this at a time like this, a lot of people will inevitably want to compare it to Diablo 4. And while Diablo 4 had issues early on, I feel like the game wasn't even fully finished when they released it. But the itemization early on was also very, like, you had to spend a lot of time obsessing over it. But it wasn't as well done as it is in this game, because you make slight tweaks, but the slight tweaks you make then make huge changes for your build. Whereas in Diablo 4, you'd make slight tweaks to get like 1% more damage, and then that was the only thing you could do. The game's gotten better since then, although I haven't played it recently, so I cannot confirm or deny whether itemization has gotten significantly better. But you know, that's just wanted to briefly go over that. But now here's the thing: how are we going to make the changes that I wanted? Because we don't have an extra copy of the thundering the thundering whatever rune, and we've already used up the 1 copy on our armor. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to find I'm gonna have to find another instance of the armor from the Thundering Army set. And this, unfortunately, is not something that... Oh! Okay, I was gonna say, this something, unfortunately, is not... This is not something... this, unfortunately, is not something that my warden can do for me. So what I'm gonna do is, rather than trying to bash my head against a wall, I'm gonna lower the difficulty, and we should be able to kill all these bosses very quickly, and we're even getting decent experience along the way. So, all we need is a single item in this set. And if you're wondering why we're suddenly killing bosses very quickly, it is of course because I've lowered the difficulty from Mythic 11 to Mythic 7, which really does show you how quickly and how drastically the difficulty goes up. Like, we were struggling to kill this creature, and now we're just blowing through you instantly. We're not finding that many items. That's because on these lower difficulties, item find simply is not that high. But all we need to do is find one instance. A single solitary instance of the of any item from this set, and then we can use our transmutation recipe to convert it into a different item from the same set, and keep doing that until we get the item that we want. And I'm gonna keep going until we have a roughly full inventory. Where's the, there we go. And we're even getting a few extra mastery points to spend while we are at it. Alright, and now we're done. Alright, let's go home, let's do our selling. You've got some stuff. True legendaries, but not ones that I'm super excited about. Alright. Ooh, another ancient blade. Soul Purger is not what we need. Valkyrie is not what we need. So we're just gonna be selling most of this stuff. I'm gonna sort my inventory so that I don't accidentally sell materials like, this ancient blade, which we don't need because we've already upgraded our weapon to a mythic quality item, but which we'll hold on because maybe we'll want to do a different set build later on, and then we'll have this as an option. I don't like this fight because it's so much slower. There's multiple phases before you can even fucking fight the boss, and he jumped on me and nearly killed me on Mythic 7, which shows you how not very robust this build is, at least not yet. Which that has basically made my decision for me. I was wondering, I was like, should I when I free up my slot, should I have something defensive on my chest piece, something offensive? No. We've, basically, it has to be something defensive. Alright. Okay, he jumps into the center of the screen, so I can avoid that simply by not being in the place where he is jumping. That makes sense. Alright. Okay. We'll do one more and then we'll head back to town. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good. And rinse and repeat. Hopefully not too much. Kane... we might need Kane's armor. Oh, wrong thing. We do need Kane's armor. Alright, so I'll drop this off. And we've done it. We've frickin' done it. We can get let's sell all this other stuff. Well, actually, hang on, let me see. Nah, that doesn't really work for us. Ring of Blades? No, there was a different item I wanted to put in my ring slot. But before I do any of that... oh, health regeneration. I thought it was gonna be health. But if it's only health regeneration, that's not gonna be as great. Or Frost, don't need that. Hydro Scale, don't need those. Don't need Gornek. Don't need this or that. And let's actually drop off this stuff. Let me sort that inventory. Okay, so now we've got to do some transmutation. Now a very complicated sequence of events is going to happen. Starting with, like, starting with set item conversion. So we do this, and all we need to do is spend some of these crowns, and we're gonna keep doing this until we get another armor. I love that the game allows you to do this. Finally, armor obtained. Now, we need to... why is its name in red? I guess the names are always in red. Oh, because it's a legendary item. Oh, for some reason, I was interpreting that as meaning it's not equipable. Alright, so we're gonna lose some stats, some base stats. But what I'm gonna do to combat that is I'll show you another thing you can do. So one of the items that I farmed with my warden is this. The royal armor. Nothing... I mean, you can read its stats. It's not even that exciting. But the reason I have that is because there is a thing that you can do when transmuting. So there is a recipe called Empower Legendary. Empowers a legendary item, increasing the base stats to match a true legendary of the same level and same item type. So, what this means is, if I put this in, and if I put this in, and if I put these crowns in, then what's going to happen is the base stats of the item, which is the health, mana, and damage, are going to go up, and they are going to match the base stats of this item, which is substantially better, and the fact that there's a gold star next to those items means that is the highest it's going to get. At around Mythic 15, items basically max out on the base stats that you can find for them. So if I do this, then that true legendary armor gets used up, and now we have this Thundering Bastion armor with better base stats and some all resist as well. Nice. We're losing a bit of mana. But, I mean, we can fiddle around with the stats later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip this. Before I... You know what? Yeah, I'm going to equip this. No. I'm going to equip this. And then this is unequipped. So now what I have to do is go back here. Transmute. Go here, and now what I need to do is random lesser rune. Destroy rune. I hope this works. No. How do I extract a rune? Can I extract a rune? I might not be able to extract a rune. Because I think I have to find this rune. I think I've been misinterpreting some of the I mean, let me before I give up, let me try. Let me try. Will this work? I feel like it's gonna tell me it's not gonna work. So what's the recipe? It'll be a lesser rune. Is this gonna work? Will I get my Thundering Avatar's rune back? No, I don't. Fuck! Well, shit. Okay. Well, you know what? What does this mean for us? Well, it means that there is some more farming to be done. So if we go to regular dungeon anomaly, it's not until Mythic 14 that it starts giving us 2 lesser runes per run. So the most we can hope for is 1 lesser rune. So we know that we're fine on Mythic 7, right? You know what, let's push it up to Mythic 8. And let's try and get... Let's try and get this done. The goal for this exercise is gonna be how quickly can we get another copy of the Thundering Avatar's rune. Oh, fuck off. How are people doing this much damage? I mean, I guess I did raise the difficulty from 7 to 8. And we are pretty squishy. Oh god, it's gonna... I hope it doesn't take, like, ages to find this rune. What's the recipe for create a lesser rune? I'll look it up after we're done with this this anomaly. And we've already, in the previous episode, gotten a streak of 1,000. Or was it the previous episode? Who even remembers? But I do know that we have a streak of over 1,000 with this character. So I'm not going to be that worried about how long the streak gets, especially on, you know, a relatively lower difficulty than what we are capable of. Instead, I'm just gonna focus on completing this quickly. If you can chain the streak like we did just now, then so be it. And alright. Alright. I could have sworn there was a way to... You can... you can destroy a rune. You can extract a power and turn it into a rune. But once you've put a rune into an item, it seems like it's used up permanently and you can't get it back. Unless I simply wasn't reading the recipes thoroughly enough, which is always possible. And it looks like there's a good chance we'll hit 1,000 again. Possibly even before we reach anomaly level 3. So that's something. Only on Mythic 8 though, so nothing really to write home about. Our the streak of 1,000 that we got on Mythic 11 is definitely more impressive than this. Because we were, you know, fighting for our lives the entire time. But yeah, you know what, maybe we can get some good experience out of it when we do eventually cash this one in. Although it doesn't look like this is a very high density floor. Looks like there are a lot of these tanky golem enemies. Alright, annihilation. There's another 1,000. I'm not even gonna celebrate. And you know what? I'm not even gonna get a cash in that streak. What is the affix that does this? Fucking hell, that actually annoys me. Like, what is the affix that is responsible for that? Like, where is the guy? Like, how will I learn what killed me if I'm not able to? I wish the game had more. That's really annoyed me. We could have had at least a couple of mastery points from cashing in that streak. And it's not like we took a bit of damage and then he slowly killed us. No, we went from being fully healthy to completely dead. And there was nothing we could do about it. Which fucking sucks, and these trees are getting in my way. See, these enemies are doing slow damage, but then some enemies seem to, like, it's like they do 10 times as much damage as the other regular enemies. And some of the balancing in this game feels a little suspect. Like, certain enemies seem like they have way more health than they should. Others feel like they do way more damage. Like an order of magnitude away from anything else on the level. How are there still creatures? Like, haven't... Oh, there's a corner of the map that we haven't been in. Okay. there's a true legendary. I'll always pick those up. There are a couple we need to find for the codex. Oh, the portal is open. Let's hit 200 and then we'll call it good. Yeah, let's hand in that streak. Yeah, we could have gotten a good reward out of it had we kept our streak of 1,000, but you know what? It happens. It happens. Oh yeah, and we get a bit of a reward from the end as well. So now we've got to go home and sift through all the stuff that we found. Most of it is just going to be sold. That's not interesting. That's not interesting. Advancing army we already have. Like I already farmed one of these from the warden. I didn't mention it, but there is an extra copy of the advancing army in this stash page, right? There are 2 extra copies. Yeah, so we don't need to keep this one. I'll just drop this off, and what? Oh, just a garbage general rune. We've already found all of these multiple times, man. What are you doing? Another another one of these, though. I'll drop it off in the... Fuck off, man. It's really awkward using this on like there shouldn't be an option to equip something directly from your beast's inventory. The default thing should be to send it to your inventory. If you have to do some weird like I need to equip this right now, then you should have to press something different. I can't rebind this because I think if I rebound this, I'd have to just rebind the A key entirely. And for most of the game, what the A key does makes sense. Just not when you're in the beast's inventory, and in some instances when you're in the stash. We just gotta sell our things. Now I'm gonna look up what the recipe is for creating a random rune, and what kind of random rune it will create. Transmutation recipes. Opening it. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm reading through this list. Spell... no... Consumes 5 lesser runes for a new, fully random lesser rune. Rune Lord's Remorse will destroy a rune. I don't want to do that. Permanent. Yeah, okay. So the only thing we can do is we can create lesser runes by using. We can summon random lesser runes. Random rune. Where is it? Where's the recipe? Random lesser rune. All it takes is 5 lesser runes and then this is an expensive way of doing this. But like we're okay, you know what? We're not my warden can find her own runes. So I'm gonna use up all of the I'll start up by using up all of the warden runes. Let me see if this even works. Is it gonna create a lesser rune that what? Oh, it has to be 5 different ones, I think. And we've discovered that recipe. Okay. Yeah, so it has to be 5 different ones. If there are multiple of them, it'll use up 1, but it has to be different ones. First, I'll go through all of the warden ones. Then I'll start going through the general ones. God, this feels so awful. Please. Storming, no. I said I'd use all the warden ones first. Blazing, man. What do I look like? Like a hammer den? Come on. I just got an achievement for performing 100 transmutations. Provocation. Alright. At least it's giving us Templar runes. Slicing. Oh my god. Okay, we need to bring more runes out. I'm gonna go through my entire fucking list. And here's the thing. I don't want to start using up my general runes. Why is that? Because they might be useful for my next character. I might look at a rune and be like, "Oh, I'm not going to use this," but then it might turn out that the next character that I make will want one of those, and then I'll feel bad that I didn't get those done. All right. I mean, Molten Nova. Hang on, let me. I believe the way this works is it'll give you. Why aren't the other ones that we've gotten showing up? Yeah, see, Molten Nova. Why isn't that in this list. Fuck, does it, like, does it not work unless you physically find it? Because that sucks, if that's the case. Oh my god, okay. Well, this is the last one that we can roll. Blazing hammers again, well that sucks. So what I'm gonna have to do now is, let me go back to my stash. Well, let me move this to the proper place. Let me put that here as well. Why am I holding on to Cloud Runners? So what I'm gonna do is, I am going to switch back at this point. I'm gonna switch back to the you know what? Let's try something else. Let's try something else. Right. Let's go here. Prayer beads, no. There's a what was the amulet? The one that I think it was a legendary amulet, wasn't it? The one where depending on how many orbs there are, your things do more damage. This thing, static echoes. So let me do a last ditch thing. Is we're gonna have to wait a while before we can change stuff around with our basically all of this is to get an extra defensive thing on our chest armor in place of not having advancing army as a lesser rune. Advancing army will be the main like just the main enchantment. Then we will have Thundering Avatars as a lesser rune. Then we'll put something else entirely on this, and I'm thinking it'll probably be a defensive one. Probably the one where you get a mana shield for like it takes some of your mana, but then it turns it into a shield. The same thing that our warden is using, because I'm not seeing how else I'm gonna get a proper damage reduction. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check how long have we been going. Not too bad. All right. So let me go again to transmutation, and let's extract this. Oh no, didn't want to do that. Wanted to do this. And static echoes. I don't know how many of these orbs we will even have. And we definitely need to keep this amulet. So I've got to make sure I'm putting the right thing. This can only go on an amulet. And now we have that. Now I'm gonna enchant. I'm gonna go here. Its main thing, increase attack speed. I'm just gonna max this out. Not. This can. Hang on a second. If this stacks, and no, but then our So I was gonna say we can do the thing that changes kill effects, death effects to kill effects. Oh, it does not affect passive skills. Are companions passive? Well, let's... Let's try it. Let's try it. Because if it works, that could increase our damage output by quite a bit. Now, I need some more things to improve. Yeah, we need to improve this. I'm gonna augment it all the way to 12. Now, if I go to Mythic 11 in a regular dungeon anomaly, how is this gonna look? Are we gonna do... Oh, we are getting the... I was too busy looking at the enchant, the status effects, and I wasn't focusing on what was happening in the realm. We've got these pieces of garbage. Are we killing things quickly is the question. It feels like we're going a lot quicker. Fuck off, man. Why are you attacking when all of my companions are here? Why are you attacking me? What did I ever do to you? They're the ones attacking you. Go attack them. Jeez, I'm just standing, minding my own business. These enemies, you know, it's tragic. It's sad. You know, the disrespect that I have to deal with on a daily basis from these enemies. Right. Because we've already gotten the 1,000 kill streak, I'm gonna mainly focus on just getting through these levels quickly as I reasonably and possibly can. Basically, what I really want is simply to get that one lesser rune. That one less... That one lesser rune is going to make so much of a difference. I should be cashing out my kill streaks, but man, fuck these guys. Fuck off, man. Why are you attack? There are... I have 10 companions. Out of 11 targets, you're choosing me. Why? Why? That, I mean, that's... I'm calling it... It's they're being racist. They're targeting me because I'm a human, and they have a prejudice against individuals with a corporeal form, as opposed to the just brightly colored spirits and the The floating skulls. Those guys, they don't have much of an issue with, evidently. Oh my god, fuck off. Okay, there's a whole other section of the map. I thought we'd come to the end, but of course we haven't. And, like, I just wish we could get through maps without having to run into these annoying worm enemies. Just the worst. The absolute worst. Right. What am I saving up points for? 26 points to get thorns. What else? Let's go with all damage elements. Why not? And then we'll do the sword skill damage. Another huge area. The game's frustrating me quite a bit. All I wanted was a nice quick romp. You know, pick up another lesser rune. Game is not cooperating. So, I tell you what. If I don't find the lesser rune in this episode, and it's looking like I probably won't. If that doesn't happen, then I will, in between episodes, I will farm runes with the warden. Then I'll come in and roll them into other random runes with the Templar, and I'll do that until I find what I want. What the fuck is? Fuck off, man. See, all we need is a bit more defense, and then garbage like that won't happen. What are our I wasn't even close to anything at that. Whatever. I was like, what are the greater runes that we have on right now? That's a lesser rune. That's a lesser rune. That's lesser. That's a greater rune, obviously, and that's a greater rune. But like I said, quadruplets I might consider letting go off. Because Jeopardy is another thing. But then if I put Jeopardy, I won't be able to put the thing, what's it called? The spectral, the spirit guard? No, no, not that. I might put one of those runes that allows you to equip an extra greater rune. What was it called? There's an... Was it an... God, hang on. Was it in here? And the Vestige of Lost Souls. Okay. Yeah, this one, where it drains some of your mana, but then creates a shield for, you know, several times the amount of mana that was used. Alright. What? Hang on, no, we're not done. We're not done. Also, it looks like... Yeah, it looks like in order to quote-unquote collect a rune, you have to find it in actual loot, and gambling it does not count. We're only in anomaly level 2, but we're almost ready to go to level 3. There we go, portal open. Shut up. And just let me go. Maybe the way to do this is to just do it on, oh, fuck off, on a low level. But like I wouldn't want to do that farming off screen, because then I will be gaining mastery points. I will be making progress with this character. And I don't want to do that off screen just yet. Oh, look at how far away the exit is compared to where we are. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cash in my kill streak. No, I'm gonna be brave. Oh, my bravery has its limits. I'm cashing in. I'm cashing in. There we go. Right, 20%. Already at 30%. Oh, easy. %. Before we go forward in that direction, let's clear out any enemies that might be here. Oh god, these guys. Oh my god, fuck off. The other thing is, I still don't know what runes I'm gonna put on my weapon. I think one of them might just be the rune that lets you do an extra greater rune. Because that way, then we could do we could do Vestige of Lost Souls, and also the Jeopardy ring, which I think is gonna also be a DPS up. But which I didn't really talk about, because that's the one I'm least sure about. But one at a time. Anytime I make a change, like anytime I commit to something and make a change to the build, I will talk about how it works. I won't necessarily talk about every single thing that I might do, because then I'll probably just end up going to a bunch of detail on something that never actually shows up in the game. It feels like we're going through this quicker. Although, we also have the artifact that is preventing us from getting slowed down. There was literally nothing there. What does this even mean? There was nothing there. There was nothing there. What the fuck does this mean? There was nothing there. There was whatever. I'm salty. Because we had a nice kill streak going too, like a couple hundred. Could have gotten a... Is it these things that are killing me? No, we're immune to these things. So what? We weren't even killed. It just said we were slain in anomaly. What does that mean? What does that mean? Anyway. We're about to... Okay, but before we get to fight the boss, we gotta deal with these annoying pieces of garbage. Ooh, there's a true legendary. I picked it up. Alright, let's cash in. Gives us about half of a level. And let's go fight this boss. And we get a bit more experience for clearing the actual anomaly. Ooh, some nice experience. Alright. I'm into that. Alright. What I'll do is I will, get rid of all these things. Wait, no, what was that? Was that a... Oh, that's, Aila's offhand. No, we're not really using that. Another garbage rune that we don't need. I mean, it gives Thorn Straw companions, but I don't think that our build necessarily lends itself to that. Okay. Well, let's sell this stuff. Let's deposit this stuff. Hang on, let me see. How many of these... I'm gonna pick up everything that I have multiple copies of. And I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna get a few more of these. Hang on a second. Let me check something. Blazing hammers. Is that unlocked? It is unlocked. Alright, I'm gonna check something. So... I don't know what that gave me, but clearly it was nothing useful. That could be good. Holy Expulsion. Okay, so it's not on this list, but what happens if I drop this and then pick it up? Then does it get added to the codex? No, I can't trick the game like that. It doesn't seem like it. Okay, it can only be as like an actual loot pickup. Alright. This is the last I'm gonna be able to do this. Oh my god, okay, come on. Because if I do any more, then I'm gonna be getting rid of runes that we only have one copy of. Rapid fire, no. Okay, whatever. Let's drop these. Let's drop these back. Yeah, we're gonna have our work cut out for us. Drop this here. Go here. That's Ayla over there, so... Put that there, and... And I think we're good. I think we're good to go. Alright. Oh, so, hang on. What was the name of the rune that allowed us to equip another greater rune? Greatness, or makes sense. And you can equip it on any item. So what I'm thinking is I'll put it on my sword, because I genuinely don't know what sort of a thing I'll put on my sword. Because the one sword that we found, the true legendary sword, doesn't feel like it's that useful. But what are our other sword options? So where are our legendary swords? Oh, those are our set item swords. More set items. These are our legendaries, I believe. Are they? These are uniques. So where are the legendaries? I've got to learn how these pages are organized. That'll make it a lot easier. Okay, I think here are the legendary swords. So what are our options? Well, there's one sword that we simply haven't found. That could be a good one. But out of the ones we have found, Iapetus, Jupiter, this thing, whatever that is, hammer, nope, and then the rest are just other things. I mean, we have, no, those are the set items as well. Okay. So there's a lot about our build that has yet to be um, finalized. Before we end off, I'm gonna do a greater boss anomaly. Why am I doing this, you might ask? Well, I want to gain a couple more levels, just because there's something I want to do. Just don't die. We're doing it, we're doing it, just don't die. God, that was kind of, oh god, I'm cornered, but he's dead. I need one more level. I need one more level. And this is going to be a good test of, are we actually doing more damage? It doesn't look like we're doing considerably more damage. At least not on this first phase. But then we have sort of like exponentially growing damage. Oh god, easy. But now we should take you out on the third phase. Yeah, now you're going down. Alright, now we go home. We'll sell our stuff, and I'll tell you why I did that shortly. I'm holding on to this, so you know what? I'm gonna favorite it just to make sure I don't accidentally sell it. Let's drop these items off. Now, let's go into our masteries and let's do what I wanted. Plus to all damage elements, sure, why not? 25 points there, and now we can put 1 point plus 25% sword skill. Sword skill damage. I hope that applies to our summons as well. It should. But now we can start putting points into this stuff. A chance to trigger Burning Conviction and all this other good stuff, and then hopefully that means that we get more damage out of it. But yeah, I think for now that is gonna be all for this episode. What did we accomplish? Not as much as I wanted. We found another armor, another set armor, and we are ready to change things up a little bit. I want to take these boots off, and I want to instead equip the Thundering Army directly. That way I can put an extra rune on it. That extra rune will be the Thundering Avatar's rune that is currently on our armor. And then on our armor, well, we'll have to put it on this armor instead, because there's no way to now extract this rune having already spent it. But on this armor, instead, we will put the rune that gives you a shield by taking away some of your mana. And then, let me just check something. No, yeah, sorry, I've got a bit sidetracked again. But yeah, we'll put a defensive buff on this, and that should help us survive a lot longer. And then we still have to think about, like, where is our offense going to come from? Probably we're going to have to put some sort of a thing on our weapon at some point. It has 2 open rune slots. And that is a bit... I mean, we need to do something with those slots eventually. It's gonna have to happen. Oh, hang on a second. There's one thing that I haven't done is we could augment kill damage, and then that'll give us even more damage. But I'll do that. I'll do that next episode. For now, we are just gonna end things, and in between episodes, I will also be farming runes with my Warden, and gambling runes with my Templar, trying to get another Thundering rune, so that we can do all of those things that I just said. But anyway, that is going to be all for this episode. Hope you had a good time, hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode as well. And until then, take care.